And here we go. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pulse of Ithaca podcast, your local podcast for entertainment in the greater Ithaca, New York area. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sean, your host, and joining me is ever knowledgeable co-host Pete. This week we'll be discussing some upcoming concerts and exploring the Block Harvey Preserve hiking spot. Let's get started.
Yes, Sean, my man. What is up? Good to see you.
Likewise.
So here we are.
I feel like we have a busy podcast tonight.
Yeah, we do. It's been a couple of weeks since we last got back together.
Yep.
And I've been doing my homework. I'm super excited about all the great music that's coming up. You know, with it being the holidays, a lot of the local bands that I follow and that we follow here are getting together for local shows. So
yes.
There's a lot going on. A
lot going on this holiday week.
That's right. So I guess we'll just hop right into it here. So we've got shows coming up actually tomorrow night.
Yes.
Our good friends, we mentioned this briefly at the end of the show last week, our good friends in Scuba Jerry are playing at the Bike Bar on Wednesday, November 22nd. It's also our good friend Ryan's birthday.
Yes.
So we're going to have a big crew there.
Big 4-0.
That's right. So if any of our listeners are nearby, don't have plans yet on Wednesday, come see us. I think we're going to get there early, probably around 5 o'clock. Maybe get a little table space, a little bar space, and show starts at 7.
Yep.
So come through, sing happy birthday to our friend Ryan with us, and that's going to be a great time. For those of you who don't know, Scuba Jerry is a local Grateful Dead, well, actually, they're not a Grateful Dead, they're a Jerry Garcia cover band. So they cover a lot of the songs that Jerry Garcia has covered over the years.
Right.
And they've been together for about a year now, I think, maybe a little bit longer.
Okay.
And I feel like they're... audience is growing. The last show we saw of them at Liquid State was packed. Okay. And that was a pretty big room. So
yeah.
Hopefully we don't hit capacity here at Bike Bar tomorrow night, but we'll see what happens.
So yeah, totally.
So the next show that we have coming up on Friday is Kevin Kinsella. He's a local here in Ithaca. He's the founding member of John Brown's Body and 10-Foot Ganja Plant. He's playing a show at Deep Dive. The opener is DJ Double Tiger.
Nice.
So super excited about that show. And what's interesting about this show is that Kevin is actually releasing a new single off of his upcoming album. The single's coming out on Wednesday this week. It's called God of Love. It's produced by Ian Young, and it's on his record label Regime Music Group. So kind of a single kickoff album, kickoff launch party for Kevin here on Friday night. And then on Saturday, right up in Canandaigua, they're playing another show, and there is Flying Objects out of Rochester is opening for that show. So
very cool. If
anybody is up a little bit north of Ithaca and wants to catch that show Saturday, I highly recommend it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So are you going to be in town Friday? What's going on?
Friday I have to work, so most likely.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, I'm going to try and rope you into coming out to that show with us.
Okay, cool.
It's Friday night at Deep Dive.
Dive.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Also, some more local talent happening at Deep Dive this weekend. Max Childs is recording a live album show on Sunday, November 26th. That show starts at 6 p.m. And for those of you who don't know, Max Childs is a talented songwriter from right here in Ithaca. And he's collaborating with Pyramid Sound Studios for a unique live album recording show. So his 9-piece band, known for its dynamic blend of pop, rock, and soul, will perform a mix of Child's original songs, some familiar and actually some unheard, and exclusives just to this event. So it promises to be an exceptional music experience. So come through, check it out, support local music, get your hoots and hollers recorded on the live album. So yeah, I've been in Ithaca for about 5 years. I've seen Max play a handful of times. It's always been a great show. I've seen him play with the Crucials. I've seen him play with Kevin Kinsella, some of the other local bands around here. And he actually won one of the band contests at the Finger Lakes Grassroots Festival.
No kidding.
And he won that at the 30th annual Finger Lakes Grassroots, and it led to him playing 2 performances at this year's festival. So,
no kidding. Yeah,
really excited for the work that he's doing, and if you want a chance to be part of a live concert that's going to be recorded, check that out on Sunday. So,
sweet.
What do we got next here? What's our next venue here?
What's going on in the state theater?
So yeah, the State Theater, we've got actually not a ton of shows coming up over the next 4 months. Who knows, maybe they'll book some more. But I checked the schedule this week, and they do have a date coming up on December 6th. Postmodern Jukebox is playing. Some of my friends are familiar with this band. I'm not as familiar. But are you familiar with them at all?
I'm not.
Yeah, so I wasn't super familiar either, but apparently is what they do is it's a collective, and they take modern pop, rock, and R&B hits and reimagine them in vintage styles, particularly jazz, swing, and blues. So they're going to have a diverse and rotating cast of musicians and vocalists, and it's just a really unique sound. Each cover is a journey back in time, and it's often performed in period attire, adding a kind of an authentic flair to their shows. So
nice.
Just something really different. We were talking with our friend Ryan about this earlier, and he said that he's seen them before, and they infuse so many decades worth of music together, almost like a DJ would, right? Like a DJ will take music from different decades and blend it together. Sure. And then after that, they're basically doing this in a band format. So
very cool.
If you're into that kind of thing, that's happening December 6th at 7:30 p.m.
Nice. All right, man. So we have a lot going on in this holiday week. Is there anything like under the radar events, anything that like our listeners could be interested in besides the things that you listed at?
So yeah, there's a couple of under radar events here. I have to correct you. It's not Halloween weekend.
Halloween? Did I say Halloween?
You said Halloween. It was funny though.
Holiday. I think I said holiday.
Did you say holiday?
I meant to say holiday. Yeah, holiday.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
Yes. Every week's holiday week, so I'm going to be wrong.
That's right. You're obviously on holiday now. So
yeah. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, I'm on holiday. I think I'm cashed out for the rest of 2023.
So in any event, yes, there are some under the radar shows that I thought we could talk about. There's a Thanksgiving Eve dance party with DJ Dijon. He's going to be doing a vinyl set.
Nice.
Selection of dance tunes that span the globe. He's going to do disco, funk, house, hip hop, synth pop. The cover for that show is $10 or $5 with a student ID.
And I'm sorry, I don't know if you may. So where's this going to be at?
This is at. I didn't mention that, did I? This is at the Range.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
the Range. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. And also at the Range, they're having the Grateful for Big. This is a live band mashup of Grateful Dead, and Notorious Big.
What?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah, apparently it is. This is actually the second or third show that these guys have done. So it looks like they're getting some momentum. From what I heard, it was supposed to be like a one-off thing that they did, and they've had some momentum, and they're running with it. So that's happening Saturday, November 25th at 9:30 p.m. It's $10 in advance, $15 at the door or day of show, or $10 with a student ID. So
nice.
I haven't checked this band out yet, but they've been playing in the area. I feel like we should go check them out.
I wonder if my student ID is still valid.
I don't think it matters. I think you can still just.
I don't think my student ID had like a
year on it.
Yeah,
those
I graduated
are the best ones.
College in 2006, so hopefully it doesn't say that.
Yeah, I've definitely used it at like ski resorts before.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you just flash them a college ID and they don't question it. So just a little pro tip there.
Very good pro tip, because for our listeners, Pete and I are both in our 40s, so and we've been out of college for quite some time.
Yeah, we could be night school students.
Yeah, working on our masters.
Grad students.
Yeah, I'm working on my PhD, I'm working on my PhD for the last 20 years.
All right, so great. I've had a chance to tell everybody about what's going on with concerts over the next couple of weeks. Anything that you're particularly looking forward to that's going on?
Yes. So it's not this weekend, but next weekend, Saturday, December 2nd.
Okay.
Liquid State is hosting their annual Krampus Festival.
Nice.
I've been living in Ithaca for 4 years. Every single weekend that they do this, I'm always out of town. I've always wanted to go. For those that are not familiar with Krampus, it's like I should do some research. I thought it was Scandinavian, but it's actually Central and Eastern Europe tradition.
Okay.
It's kind of so Krampus is in European folklore is like Santa Claus's like evil counterpart.
Okay.
So you have Santa Claus.
It's his nemesis.
Yeah. It's just like Santa Claus is like, if you're a good good boy or girl, you get your present.
Yeah.
Krampus is, if you're a bad boy or girl, he takes you away and depending on...
Krampus will kidnap you.
Kidnap you, he'll eat you, he'll punish you.
Okay, gotcha.
Give you your bag of coal. So it's huge in Europe.
Okay.
So there's videos you can go on. There's people that dress up. Krampus kind of looks like a demonic goat. Huge horns, like kind of a goat figure.
What, is he standing up on two legs?
Yeah, two legs, like...
okay, so like a human goat? Or is it more
I don't know
just
if you're familiar with Baphomet. Okay, so like Baphomet, it's like a goat god, half man, half goat.
Gotcha.
A lot of like iterations of the devil are based on them.
Okay.
So these are like... It's like a weird thing. If you can like YouTube like Krampus and you'll get these videos of people like dressing up and they do like parades and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I have heard of it. I think there's a couple of Krampus movies that are out.
Yes.
They're almost like horror movies, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
I actually watched one last night.
Okay, yeah.
So like, yeah, Krampus is kind of like Halloween meets like Christmas. People like dress up. They dress up as like these demons. Excuse me. And then they like just like party. Liquid State has... So what they do is like they'll meet in the commons. Mm-hmm. People dress up, and they kind of do like this parade that leads back to Liquid State Brewery.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they have like the party there, and like it's just like a good time.
Dude, that sounds like a lot of fun. Are there any Santas a part of this? Like, is there any kind of...
You'll see people dress up as like the traditional like Santa Claus like outfit, with the red suit with like the white like fur.
Okay.
But part of it like have like a devil's mask on.
Okay, gotcha. Are there any elves there?
I'm sure there'll be evil elves.
Evil elves, okay. Yes.
Yeah, so like I'm totally excited. This will be my first Krampus. I've ordered my costume.
Okay.
It should be arriving tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay, nice.
I got like a devil mask with like huge horns. I have like this like outfit.
Dude, that sounds awesome. And that's on a Saturday, you said?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Awesome. I got to get over there. Liquid State seems to do a great job with doing these like costume dressed up events. This is the second
totally
time that you've talked about the stuff that they have going on over there. So cool.
Yeah, and it's packed like every single time. It's definitely a must see. Like check out Liquid State's website. They have the time frame down. They have pictures posted so you can kind of see what the vibe will be. People in Ithaca get into it.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, looking forward to it. All right. So this brings us into our final topic. And each week I come to you and I say, Sean, tell me about a great hiking spot in the greater Ithaca area. You've come up with some awesome ones for us the past several weeks that we've been doing this. I've checked out at least one of them.
Yep.
And this week, I believe you have one that I haven't heard of, and we were circulating around the bar before we came out tonight, and other people also had not heard of this. So
cool.
Tell us about the hiking spot you picked out for us this week.
So for this week, I'm going to talk about Block Harvey Preserve out in Newfield. It's on the Finger Lakes Trail. It's super accessible. There's a lean-to in it. The lean-to has power, which is a rarity. It's the only lean-to I know that has power to it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's where you can park. It's probably less than a mile hike.
Okay, and when you say it's on the Finger Lakes Trail, like that sounds long to me. Like where exactly is that?
So the Finger Lakes Trail like is over 100 miles.
Okay,
It cuts all across the Ithaca area, the Finger Lakes area, and beyond. But there's like lean-tos like every couple of miles for like hikers. But there's people that like try to do the Finger Lakes Trail, and they just like hike for the entire week, like all on foot.
Okay,
so these lean-tos are kind of like spread out throughout the trail to kind of give like hikers like a opportunity to get some if they don't have a tent, if they're not carrying a tent, they have like some like coverage and like hospitality on the trail, which is like really sweet.
That is sweet.
Yeah. But so like Black Harvey Preserve, the reason why I'm suggesting this week, the hike into the lean-to is super easy. There's a fire pit. There's a grate there. There's benches there. There's a lot of amenities. There's a privy. Like I said, there's the power box. And the cool thing about Block Harvey Preserve is that it's less than a mile from Stone Bend Farm, which I have not been to, unfortunately.
Okay. No, but I've heard good things about this place.
Yeah, this is a really cool place. If I've driven past it, so it's like a greenhouse. They utilize buried acorn beers, which is actually based out of Syracuse.
Okay.
And why they have satellite out in Newfield, I don't know.
Right. That's awesome.
They also do like pizzas and like farm to table like salads and stuff. And like it's a really cool spot.
Real quick, my friends in Obvious Objects actually did a show there a couple of weeks ago.
Sweet.
They're a DJ vinyl tandem, and I think we might have actually mentioned it on the show here. But yeah, they were at Stone Bend Farm, and I saw pictures of the greenhouse.
Yeah.
And it looks like a really nice space.
They do like yoga there on like Sunday mornings. It's like a really cool spot, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
And so if you're camping at Block Harvey Preserve, like lean-to, you could just like walk to this like place.
Dude, that's so
get
cool.
Dinner.
So is there literally a trail that goes from that lean-to to Stone Bend? Or like what does that look like? It's like set the stage for me. Like we go, we set up.
There, I think so. So Block Harvey Preserve is like off a paved road, which you can find easily. And basically, when you get to the paved road, you're like already at Stone Bend.
Okay, so we would have to make our own trail if we wanted to like go the back way.
Yeah, you might have to.
Okay.
It'd probably be like a 15-minute walk though.
Oh yeah,
tops.
That sounds awesome.
But it's like if you're like doing the Finger Lakes Trail, and you put a lot of miles on your feet, and you're like, I'm gonna go to Stone Bend, get a nice meal, get some nice beers, and then just go back to my lean-to and like camp it out.
That's awesome. So how many times have you been to the Block Harvey Reserve?
I think at least 2 or 3 times.
Okay, and was there ever anyone else there? Like, did you ever have to be like, "Hey, can we shack up here with you guys tonight?"
Or was it one time I was there on a weekend and it was like super busy. It was a beautiful day. It just have like nice views, like overlooking the valley. Like Newfield's not really like a busy place.
Okay, but that particular spot has like a nice overlook.
Yeah, it's
nice.
I'm not sure what the elevation is. It's not like too high, but you do.
It's scenic.
Yeah, and I bet at nighttime you probably could see like a lot of the lights in Ithaca. Would probably be really cool. I've also gone there on the winter time and had the whole place to myself, like the whole like Sunday.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, dude, that sounds great. I think we should check that one out soon. Of all the ones you've told me about recently, I really like the idea of the lean-to. We've talked about skiing season, snowboarding season coming up. When I went to out in Ellicottville, Holiday Valley, they actually have a lean-to with a fire pit.
Nice.
And here at Greek Peak, they don't have any like kind of lean-tos or anything anywhere that I know of. So our goal this year, my goal for you, we may have talked about this before, but I would like for us to bring some small sticks, some flammable material, and like randomly set up a fire up on the hill somewhere.
We can do that. There are lean-tos near Greek Peak. I know of 2.
Up on the hill. Like you get
Very
off
close.
the lift and you can actually go on your snowboard. Or is it like in the surrounding area?
Surrounding area, I probably wouldn't like... If you were going like skiing or snowboarding, I probably wouldn't go to these lean-tos.
Gotcha.
But there's 2 that I know that are probably within a mile of Greek Peak.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, looking forward to checking that out. Looking forward to the season coming up here. Before we go, I did want to say there was one other event that I was looking into that was happening this year that relates to the outdoors. My wife Joanna has run the turkey trot up in Buffalo, New York, several times where we moved here from recently. And she said to me the other day, "Does Ithaca have a turkey trot?" And basically the turkey trot is a
yes, they do.
Thursday morning 5K or 5-mile run. It's traditional across a lot of cities across the country. And you told me, you're like, yeah, there is a turkey trot here. And it's run through the Finger Lakes Runners Club at Finger Lakes Runners Club, or let me start over, fingerlakesrunners.org. And they are hosting their 50th turkey trot this Thursday morning. It starts at 9 a.m. Registration is at the Ithaca High School cafeteria between 7:30 and 8:30 a.m. And what's interesting about this race is that it's not a traditional race. Basically, you tell them what time you're going to run the race in, the 5.5 miles. Yeah, so you have to like tell them. It's a prediction race. So for those of you who are familiar with like rally racing or rally car racing, you predict what your time is, or you have a specific time that you want to come in at, and you try to run that. You can't bring a watch. So you basically have to say,
okay. That's the kicker right there.
For the people who are probably really dedicated, they're probably out there today with their wristwatch on, running it, and then trying to come through on Thursday. It's family friendly. There's actually a special kids race for children under 12, so you can bring your kids and they can participate as well. And it's also a great way to give back to the community. They partner with Loaves and Fishes of Tompkins County.
Okay.
It's a local food bank that provides food for those in need.
Perfect.
So the money that's raised from the runs helps support Loaves and Fishes mission. So just a great opportunity to support people who are struggling over the holidays.
And also burn some calories before Thanksgiving dinner.
Absolutely. Who couldn't do that?
The appetite.
And I've seen pictures of this. They start at Ithaca High School. They finish at Ithaca High School. They have parking there. They do encourage carpooling.
Sure.
But there's various terrain there. So there's pavement, there's trail, there's mud, there's uphill, there's downhill, there's flat areas. So it seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, a little smorgasbord of the terrain to run on.
Yeah, and I mean, if you go to fingerlakesrunners.org and click on the event link, they have a whole map on there, Google Map. They show you the path and everything. So
very cool.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
And nothing like working up a sweat in the morning before eating all that turkey.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that pretty much does it. That wraps us up for another episode of the Pulse of Ithaca podcast. We realize that you have a lot of options, and thank you all for tuning in and spending your time with us. Big shout out to all of our listeners in Ithaca and around the world. You make this show possible. I'm your host, Pete. And of course, I've been joined by the ever insightful Sean. We hope you also take an opportunity to discover the Bach Harvey Reserve. If you love what you heard today, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on your favorite podcast platform. Your support goes a long way in helping us bring this latest and greatest from Ithaca every week. So if you've got an event or a story or a local favorite that you want us to cover, definitely reach out to us on social media, shoot us an email. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep your finger on the pulse of Ithaca and make the most of this amazing place we call home. Take care, everybody. Happy birthday, Ryan.
Welcome to the 40 Club, buddy.
It's all downhill from here.
It is.